Hey everyone, welcome in this new video. I'm sorry if my voice is bad quality. I'm doing my best here. Um, but as you can hear, it is not as good as it normally is, and that is because like I have a cold and I try to cure that with medicines. So it will take some time before I get back. Okay, so today we are reviewing Master Jacob and Danny XXX. Now, before this video starts, I want to say that I leave my instructor role, and this isn't entirely gonna be a leave. But the reason that I use it less right now than I normally did, as like in the beginning, is because of the community. And before people ask me, like Marine Force One, why? Marine Force 1 slash Heat, why? That is practically very simple. People right now defend the standard mortar and the Gatling gun, which are basically the two worst weapons, which I don't even understand why you call that an okay weapon, because you waste your time on firepower. And if it really was okay, people in Nightmare League would still use it, but it's garbage, so no one does. Almost no one. Correction. But that is practically the reason why I like, yeah, why I say like, okay, I'm gonna quit this role because it's not worth training people anymore because they are so ignorant. And why would you even defend a weapon like that? Like, use the weapons that are good, not the weapons that are bad. Like that's my advice. But people don't take that always, and I do understand that at some point. But at some point you need to think logically, and they can say that I'm wrong at this, but I am actually right, so I'm not going to discuss this with anyone here. And if anyone here thinks that like the Gatling gun is really okay, then you can go screw yourself, because that's not true. And I'm not gonna make a discussion on this channel here because it's just the truth and everyone knows this. At least most people. Because if everyone knew, I could have instructed way more people. But that's not what I'm doing anymore here. And the reason I'm doing it not anymore is because the community is just so toxic. I tried once to like advise a like beginning player. For all, I see that this person is really good. One thing though, I do say that you need to be a little bit more careful. I do understand that you have a brawl setup and that you need to get on top of people and like use all of your weapons. But it is a little bit reckless. So yeah. Maybe next time you can like play a hit and run. You can run in with your like weapons, and then you can recover with your fixer. That is what I'm advising this person. But then you need a positional developed style in order to perform maneuvers like that. But it is possible to play, and I do want to say that this person is absolutely doing amazing on the interceptor. Credit to Master Jacob, keep it up. Like to see that content right there. I also like to have like these contents of different players on my YouTube channel. Um, yeah, definitely amazing. And what I also recommend is, yes, next time try to like look a little bit at the health bars above, because then you can see the lowest enemy and you can go for that. Because I see a ton of people each day that doesn't use that evaluation bar, which can actually be a lead to success. This person is also really good at the torpedo using. Yeah, that's just amazing. Like, he's playing pretty aggressive right there. Yeah, that was amazing. Credit to Master Jacob, 65, 56 damage, K damage, 56k damage, 4 kills, and 10 coins. Nice, nice, nice. Um, I don't understand what that fixer is doing here, though, with this bad equipment, but okay, whatever. I will just pretend I didn't see that. What the flip? Okay, that's good fixer equipment. Don't mind me. Um, but that is practically the reason why I left the instructor role. I don't see it as a bad role because I always enjoy to do it with others. I always like to see people improve their positioning or playstyle, you know. Um, but what the point is that the community just gets worse and worse. You know, at the beginning, it was at least worth instructing people, giving them new combat techniques, giving them new experiences, showing them what certain moves can do on the battlefield, what the consequences can be, what the risks are, what the awards can be. You know, that was the fun part about it. And I really enjoyed that. But right now, for as long as I see this community, it's not worth training it anymore. And that's the reason why I left it. That's the reason I only train people if I truly know that they are good players and truly are gonna be good players. Because if they take advice, they will definitely improve. Let me tell you that. And you know, I used to be a stupid Gatling gun user too. Guess what? But just because you used Gatling gun doesn't mean you're a bad player. And just because you have 50% win rate doesn't mean you're a bad player. Because in the end, it's about improving your game, okay? So, gaining a better positioning, gaining faster development, that can be an option, that's optional. Um, New combat techniques, learning speed, stuff like that. All that is very important in this game. And, you know, just to say that you didn't change your infamy in 3 years does still not mean you're a bad player. Because in the end, it's about what you learned that year in this game. That is what it's about. It's not about the infamy, it's about what you learned. And if people ask, well, what did you learn this year? Let me say that I learned that I should not instruct people that don't follow it. I know that that sounds very selfish, um, and that some people will be like, "What? I thought it was about material or something because you walk behind with development." Let me tell you this: I won't ever be able to gain faster development than usual. Anyway, let me view a replay from Denny. Um, Here we go. Okay. Shooter gameplay. Okay, let's review his shooter gameplay. Shooter is good. Shooter is good. Don't mind me. Some people say it has more value than shooter than some people say Interceptor has later on more value than Interceptor. I do believe that at some point. But if you really know how to play shooter, you are gonna overrun the Interceptor with damage. Yeah, that's practically it. Okay, let me review his loadout. Okay, so railgun, missile, grenades, big torpedo, and blast cannon. And I'm sorry if I talked that long about the instructor role. And if people ask, is this unique? No. There are way more people that sometimes instruct as well. But they give small types of information. And I give a whole package to you, and then you are able to improve. And yeah, then I hope to see eventually a better player in general, if you know what I mean. So, for instance, if the person wants to be a 1v1 specialist, I say, oh, go capture because you will take the risk. But risk is award. Remember that. So here we go. Okay, so I think that Danny is playing aggressive, and that is right now that is good. That is not too bad. A double kill. Nice, nice. Yeah, okay, they are winning this. As a shooter, you always want to have top damage. Does this person have top damage? Yes, that is a good move. That is pretty decent. Um, yeah, I would recommend indeed to use the missile right there. Nice launch, by the way. Is also pretty good with missile, I see. I see. Yeah. Not too bad, not too bad. Sorry. Yeah, he is a good shooter. I do say that. I do say that, definitely. No doubt, no doubt. But I wanted to make this clear to the community. Like, if you get advice from an instructor, you know, even if you think that that player is not knowing what it does, like, come on, almost everyone knows on Marine Force 1, so just take the advice if you get it. Because I have 3 years of experience, so I know what I'm doing. Okay, so let's see another replay. This one maybe? I guess so. Um, but yeah, that is just it. That's just how I think about all this. And we all have our good moments and we all have our bad moments. That's just natural. But the thing is that if people don't change a certain thing on their ship, they are almost never gonna be improving and they are never gonna be like, oh, well, I improved and I see that that person was right. Nope. If you don't take certain advice about certain weapons, you are gonna be in a bad spot. That's how simple it is. Good positioning again. Um, yeah. Interesting. Interesting. Yes, indeed. Good shot. Yeah. Let's see. Yes. That was not too bad, but I would recommend to like try to hang a little bit to the left and then shoot it. And this is also tunnel vision because like you maybe try to catch that interceptor and help your team. That was also a good move, yes. Um, but next time maybe you could have helped this person as well because now that person is in trouble and is gonna sink. But I don't understand this person either there because he could have moved towards Danny for cover fire and they could have won that with like 3 ships instead of like 2. Because now there is a little bit of a problem because stunning Liam is pretty damn strong. Yeah, okay, you have burst weapons. I guess so. Nice pentakill, by the way. I don't see that often to assure, so I guess this person is worth instructing as well. No inaccuracies found that way. Maybe that you played a little bit too aggressive, but that is only good. Playing aggressive is only good. But keep in mind to not play the hero with sure. And by playing the hero, I mean by rushing in recklessly alone. when your team doesn't follow up. Now, of course, as an interceptor, there are some exceptions to that. For instance, when there's a fixer and you try to finish that little fixer, or you try to deal insane damage to that fixer, because then it will count as a sacrifice. With that being said, that is worth it. However, mostly often, because the community and player base is so bad, it's not worth it anymore. So yeah. And I made a good deal once. I remember that. I was in a battle, and yeah, we were like with a shooter, an interceptor, I think, and a enforcer. And I was the enforcer on my Reinforcement account. Guess what I did? I saw that there was a fixer, an interceptor, or whatever, and I knew that if I didn't take out the fixer, which was low HP, that we will be in a bad spot. So you know what I did? Guess what? I rushed in, killed the fixer, killed myself, and then yeah, I turned the battle. I turned that battle. And you know why? Because I know what I'm doing. That's why. And if you know what you are doing, you have no problems at all with defeating people. Like, fixers, they are good. But if you play too reckless, yeah, then they are not good. Fixer, you should always play at long range or mid range or whatever. Close range weapons, they can be good, but you gotta remember those are situational weapons and not weapons that you want to actually use in combat. Because if you do that, you will just die into the action field. Because in Nightmare League, like I always say, or in flipping Ace League or in Master League, you will just get sniped. In Master League, you will just get sniped. So, yeah, that's practically it. Anyway, I hope everyone learned something from this video. I'm sorry if I didn't include all the replays these people sent it to me, and I want to apologize for that. But there is also other content that I want to make, and that's about chess. I want to show you guys how to play it one more time. Because on my past channel, I showed how to play that, and I just want to do that again. Okay, so goodbye, have a nice day, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. And yeah, there isn't much to it. Goodbye.